Hey there, are you ready for our next riveting experience? Well, buckle up, the fun and excitement is about to begin.
Hi folks, thanks for coming back to the channel, I appreciate you. Today we're going to talk about how I modified the Titan 10 seat so that I can maximize the storage capabilities of the kayak. Now, as most of you probably are aware, it comes with this huge piece of plastic that is designed almost exclusively to hold the seat up. That's its primary function. And it does have a couple little small pockets where you put tools and maybe a potential side storage, but generally speaking, it's there specifically to hold the seat up. And I guess it sits up off the floor a little bit to keep things from sitting. If you put something directly under the seat, it'll keep it from sitting in the water that inevitably gets in the bottom of the kayak. But this seems to me to be a huge waste of space and prevents me from carrying as much junk as I'd like to carry. Because, you know, I'm an amateur hoarder, and so having all that extra room for fishing gear, that's critical to me. So, yeah, this thing had to go. That's the first thing I did was, whoop, this goes in the bin. All right, so let's take a look at what I actually have done here. You can take a quick gander here what we got. You can see I've got a 3-inch, a 1-inch or 1 1.25 inch Plano boxes. I got 2 more of those, and then I got a normal standard size 3700 Plano box. So just to give you an idea, these are the 14 by 9 size Plano boxes, and you can see that I have 7 of those underneath the seat. And on this side, because of my catch boards being stored on that side of the kayak, it's not feasible for me to stick a box in from the right hand side of the seat, so I put a smaller Plano box in the front seat here. So that one's a smaller one on that side, but I could theoretically, if I wanted to get a little frisky and stuff 3700, I could get that in through the front as well. It's just a lot harder to do, so I went with a smaller box on that side. So you can see that's far more tackle boxes underneath the seat than you could ever have with that big honking plastic box under there. And most people have been like modifying a drawer system to stick under there, and then I guess they're putting their Plano boxes in their crate in the back, which sounds just nightmarish for me. I like to be able to just reach under my seat and pull out whatever fishing equipment I need, any gear that I want, and have it right there at arm's reach. I don't have to turn around to get it out of the box. So that's kind of what I was after. This is a huge boat. It's lots and lots of storage, and I wanted to be able to take advantage of that. So this is how I've done it. Now, all of these boxes are stored in a rack that I built, and we'll pull some of these guys out just so you can see the rack and get an idea of what I built under here. So you can see it's a shelving system. It's bolted into the T-track that the plastic box was designed to roll in. Now, I'm not going to go on how I built these because I would not wish that on my worst enemy. That was such a pain in the butt to make. So I'm sure somebody's going to come up with something better than I came up with here. But if you're really interested, comment down below. I might be coerced into giving you a full tour of how I built those, but they were very painful to do. So, but because of that, I can easily store my gear in there and I can get in and out relatively easily. I haven't yet figured out how I'm going to put in a cord here. Probably going to tie it into the gear track and have it come up here and then back down again, just to keep them in there while I'm putting the kayak in and out of the truck, loading the truck or unloading the truck. I've had them fall out on occasion. I just need to come up with some system that holds them in place while I'm doing that tilting of the kayak. So that's an idea of all of the extra space that you can get by installing the seat the way that I have. Now let's get into that. All right, I'm gonna try to hand hold the camera here just so we can get a little bit better detail on what we've got here. So this is the detail about how the extrusion is mounted to the kayak. And you can see here, it's just simply bolted into place into the standard gear track and then bolted into the extrusion. And this is really, really, really strong. I can put all my weight on that and it would barely budge. And honestly, when you're sitting in the seat, most of your weight is going to be on the back side of this extrusion. It's going to be back here. Mostly because you're pedaling and you're pressing all of your weight, your buttocks against the back of the seat. And I'm pretty sure that the seat would fold up when you're pedaling if it weren't attached to the front of the extrusion here. So I don't think there's a whole lot of weight on here, generally speaking, anyway. But I can say that this is incredibly strong, way stronger than I thought it was going to be. Let's put it that way. Very strong. Okay, so that's how the front of this extrusion is mounted, and in the back here I have my sidekick slash landing gear slash kayak transporter, my cobbled together thing, and this could be the sidekick or landing gear would work fine. Or if you didn't want to have those in there at all, you could just simply put a 1-inch 1/8-inch walled extrusion across there to hold it up. That's all it would really need. I think I would be most comfortable if it went all the way across, but you could probably do the same thing that I did in the front and the back here. It's so solid, I think that would probably work. So initially, the way I came up with this is that my initial thought was, well, I'll just extend this the seat all the way out to the edges. But then I realized I wouldn't be able to move the seat around and have it completely adjustable if I did that. So that's when I came up with adding this extra piece of extrusion in here. Now, if you don't have this extrusion, which you probably won't, this is from a piece of parking equipment, which I work in the parking industry, so it's common for me to come buy this in scrap. You could steal this extrusion here out of the bottom, or order some more from Native or your Native dealer, and then mount that to a square tube of extrusion, and that would function the same way. So you could do this pretty simply. So I don't know how easy it is to see back there, but I have a piece of plastic in here that's a spacer that basically makes this level with the side of the kayak, and it's just a single bolt that holds it in, that goes into that T-track in there. All right, so that's how this T-track was mounted. Now let's talk about what I had to do to modify the seat. So the piece that came in here just had a single bolt that went through it, and that's what held it in place. I removed the bolts on both sides of that and put in a longer tube, one that spanned from extrusion to extrusion. And then I cut this plastic piece out of a sheet of thermoplastic that I had, laying in my scrap bin. And then I also added another piece on the bottom. So this is sort of T-shaped to fit in that T-track. And it's screwed into the bottom piece of plastic is screwed into the top piece of plastic here. And then I obviously bent up a couple of clips and put them in there to hold it in place. And then the front here, I thought I would just cut this off and put these same plastic tees on the front here, but I decided that the reason why this was welded was because it gave the seat a whole lot more strength. And so rather than remove that strength from the seat, I decided to leave the welding in place. And so I just added this piece of T-track on the front that this sits down in, and you can see I've through bolted it in there to hold it. So that comes down and spans across the two pieces, and now we have absolutely nothing underneath the seat. All right, it's completely wide open under there. Now obviously I built this rack to hold my my Plano boxes in there, but I'm sure you could come up with any number of solutions to fill that space up. But that's the whole reason why I did it, is to get all that space available to me. Okay, well, thanks folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for getting through the entire video. If you got something out of this, you liked what I did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them the best I can. Thanks again. I guess I got to put all this back together now.